Welcome to High Tech Low Life, and today this is the podcast. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a lot more sex appeal in the video watching experience. Not that you guys will watch it or anything, but here we go. Anyway, so we have all of our co-hosts today. We have Elroy Jenkins, Kay, and Immortal U. How are you guys doing?
So.
Doing all right. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing quite all right. I'm still looking into buying servers, server grade hardware and stuff to have a server in the new house. And so, what have you all been up to though? Have y'all done anything special? I know it's been a few months since you've been on the show, Kay.
You can call me by my name. It's all right.
All right, Kevin. It's been a while since you've been on the show. What's happening with you?
Oh, not too much. Mostly the same old. I've gone into some other stuff with Becca. I actually got more into some audio stuff recently, but I can get into that another time.
Oh yeah? That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty cool. Maybe we can jerry-rig, like, after this whole coronavirus thing happens, we could probably jerry-rig, like, in-studio episode one day, you know?
Yeah, that'd be interesting to do.
Yeah, I'd be more than down to do it. I mean, if we make it big enough, we would probably have to buy, like, a studio. We could just, like, rent out a warehouse or something crap like that, right?
Yeah, but let's not put the cart before the horse.
Yeah, obviously. So, let's move on to the topic at hand today, which is... First topic at hand. Let's talk about Apple's 420 announcements. So, do you guys know what has been announced?
Lots of fancy colored Imax.
Oh yeah, lots of those. And so let's talk about the Imax first. Yeah, so let's talk about the Imax first.
It definitely appears that Apple is putting a lot of emphasis on having some of the faster processors around in terms of when you look at the specs of what the Imax are supposed to be able to do.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about the M1 chip that they have designed themselves, and I've heard that's very competitive with like even your standard desktop processors.
That being said, it still takes me back to the PowerPC days.
Oh yeah, but now it actually like has a backwards compatibility layer with x86 programs, and though a lot of software developers are actually porting their software over, like Photoshop, like Adobe's entire Creative Suite's being ported over to the M1.
Well, they make a considerable portion of their market share, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. So, do y'all plan on buying any Macs anytime soon? I don't.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, if we like were more famous, I'd probably buy one to review it, but not right now. And so let's move on to the next M1 product, the M1 iPad with Thunderbolts. Thoughts?
So, they keep saying with Thunderbolt. I really haven't kept up with the iPad since the early iPad Mini so much. Was Thunderbolt not on the prior versions of it?
No, so you're thinking of Lightning, which is the current standard iPhone port, the current standard iPhone port. Yeah, Thunderbolt's what's on the desktops. It's like the technology that they co-opted with Intel. It's on
Right, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, it's
just had to jog my memory there a bit.
Yeah, that's on the iMac. I mean the iPad now. Well, it was already on that. Yeah.
Let's just be honest. It's just going to only further Apple's stronghold on the tablet market. Because truthfully, unless you're going to count smartphones with tablet capabilities, what competition does Apple really have in terms of the tablet market?
The Microsoft Surface. I can't think of anything else.
But yet again, we know who the top seller is. It's still iPad is king right now.
Yeah, even so, there's not. I mean, is there really even a good use for tablets besides just giving it to your kids to let them know, like, fuck off? Like, I have a 2-in-1 Lenovo laptop. It's a very good laptop. I'll tell you that, and it functions as a tablet. But like, in what circumstance would I want to use the tablet mode, except for maybe drawing, which I'm not even good at?
Playing bigger games.
Why would I? Why, wait, what? Why would I play games on the touchscreen when I have a literal keyboard, or I could hook up a controller to it?
Listen, there's some games that aren't controller compatibility.
Yeah, those are probably like mouse games. Like, I wouldn't play StarCraft with a touchscreen. Would you?
Who knows? I've seen people play League of Legends on mobile these days.
Oh my god, I'm not even. I'm not gonna have this conversation. This is too stupid.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. So the next product is the AirTags. Y'all ever heard of them? Y'all ever heard of them?
Key
Isn't that
finders,
the-
call.
Key finders.
Yes, I do not know why, but I think that might be the dumbest thing Apple has ever done.
Well, we have the rich kid friend in California. We should ask him to get them and review them for us. I'm sure he'd be interested. He can keep his image up.
And I think there's a few more that was announced on 420 as well. The AirTags. What do y'all think of it? So these products already exist in the form of tiles, and I think tiles are just better, honestly, because they're not restricted to just Apple products, and Apple products aren't even that popular outside of the United States.
I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head there. They are, by design, they're going to work great with Apple products. So, I mean, if you're running the Apple suite, so to speak, I mean, it makes sense. It's simple plug and play stuff. But for most anyone, you're probably going to get a better product elsewhere.
But the thing is, as we know, when Apple releases products, the whole point is for you to have. The whole point is to integrate yourself into the Apple universe. So I think that's the whole intention, Kay, is to entice you to buy more Apple products. Apple products for Apple fans.
Yeah. So essentially, so how tiles work is, they have a network, and all of the tile users help update where the tile currently is and where it's going, etc., right? And so the Apple ones is very similar, except for the fact that you don't even have to be an AirTags owner. You involuntarily become part of that Find Me network. Not that that's a bad thing or anything, but still.
Wait, roll that back about being involuntarily a member.
So this uses the Find Me network, the Find My Phone network, and I think that just comes standard on all iPhones, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
More or less.
Yeah, so you're basically part of the network regardless, and that's basically just the selling point is that a bunch of people in America have iPhones, and you're gonna have an easier time finding it because of that. I think that's the main selling point here. One thing that's really surprising is that you can actually replace the batteries on these things. So y'all want to keep talking about these or not?
I think we kind of covered them as the key finders they are.
Yeah. So there's more products too, like the A12 Bionic powered Apple TV 4K. So I don't have an Apple TV. Do any of y'all?
No, I have a 4K TV.
Yes.
I've got a Roku, which I think we're getting to later.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about the Nvidia Shield, which I would like to get, but they're still $120 right now. I'm waiting for them to go on sale, if that ever happens, or just buy one used. Honestly, next in there is let's see if there's anything else. New iPhone 12 colors, the Apple Card family, and Apple Podcasts. Do any of y'all care about that? Hello? Oh shoot! Something happened to. Y'all still there?
Yes.
Elroy here.
Huh. So I gotta fix, and there's gonna be some technical difficulties. I gotta fix. Yeah, I saw. Is that, let's see, gotta fix this. I don't even know which one of you joined first now. Yeah, I think I saw that too. That was weird. So let me just fix y'all both up, and that should be good. I hope I didn't paste the wrong one so that y'all are swapped. But it's I don't really care at
All
this
right,
point.
first you gotta do a sound check first before you do that.
Oh, I'm already streaming, dude. I can't do a sound check, and it's working properly. Don't worry.
Okay.
So let's move on to the next topic at hand. LG for closing their phone business. So, have y'all ever owned an LG phone?
Have and do, yes.
Yes, some time ago I had an LG Shine. Some years ago.
Yeah,
Maybe
no.
a flip phone back in the day.
Oh, and, no, we're not going to talk about the flip. We're going to talk about their smartphones. What are your opinions on your LG phones that you had?
Well, I know my mother recently had an LG smartphone, and for someone that was just getting used to smartphones, it was reliable and consistent. Didn't necessarily have the most recent technology, but it did serve its purpose in terms of a reliable, cost-friendly phone option.
That sounds good.
When it comes to the higher end stuff, LG has generally had remarkably good tech in their phones for not insane prices. Like, I mean, there's still to this day kind of a cult following to the V20.
Huh. I've never owned one. What's so special about the V20?
LG was one of the last holdouts on removable batteries and media.
Oh, yeah.
As well as they put a 1440 screen in their phone way back when, more or less.
Dang. Really like that, huh?
But yeah, it's kind of funny because I think it was the LG 60, 50, whatever the most recent one is, actually has a worse screen in terms of resolution than the older ones.
Well, ultimately, LG made the wisest decision they could at this point because they just weren't going to be able to keep up with competitors in terms of offering what users want in terms of their latest, greatest experience.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of life,
I hate to say it, but the smartphone market is turning into Apple Light in the form of, Samsung, and Motorola for the less expensive phones.
And Microsoft is going to make another effort to get back into the phone business, but we'll see how that works for them. So they do have something that they're working on as well.
Yeah, the Surface Duo, I believe it was. Well, actually, didn't they release that last year? Or was it the Surface Neo? I forget which one it is which. It's like basically a dual screen phone. It's like the DS, but a phone.
And as we mentioned about phones that may have tablet capability as well, the TV, they're mainly known for the TVs, but I believe the company is someone help me out. I know it begins with a T. They're working on a prototype phone that also could be converted into a full tablet as well.
TCL?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, man, TCL. I've seen videos about them being like a good budget option, but I mean, I haven't had the need to really buy a new TV, and
their televisions they make the best LCD TVs. Without going into the LED range, they actually do make the best LCDs at this point.
Yeah, though I'm in the market for more of a bigger screen TV, like 70, 75, 80 or higher. And it's not proven to be very good because it's all really expensive.
Oh, by all means.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's whatever though. LG leaving the phone business does suck. It's just less competition now. It's basically just Samsung versus Apple, and
Precisely.
I mean Samsung still knocks out of the park with their phones, but I can't fathom spending $1,000 over $1,000 on my phone. I didn't for my current Galaxy S8 Plus, but this phone's starting to go to crap now. And and I only spent like $1,300 on my gaming desktop that I'm streaming this on, and to spend close to that amount on a phone, you can't be serious, right?
It's also seems like a lot of the features they're adding in more and more seem to be less relevant. I mean, the memory increases, the processor being a little better, just smartphones being more capable of desktop-like applications has been something I've always enjoyed. Be able to do things on the go. But it seems like now that 75% of the cost justification, so to speak, is the cameras. And if I wanted a really good camera, I'd just buy a camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And further along, the line of thought that Kay is going on, something else we got to think about it as well is that one thing that those that were dedicated Droid users like myself could always appreciate was the ability to, you might buy, let's say the phone has 16 gigs of memory. You're okay with that because you can add a micro SD card to increase your memory. But now Samsung is taking the hardline stance like Apple. They're getting away from that. So newer phones will not enable you to have that ability to do upgrades yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah,
as I said, it's like my phone still has a replaceable battery on it. I enjoy that because everybody else, your phone starts to lose battery after about a year or two. Mine, I could just go buy another battery off of, wherever I feel like it for $10 and it's good as new.
I wish I could do that. My S8's battery's gone to total shit. Oh, are we allowed to curse on you? Is our unsure, right?
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, this is your channel. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't really care either. Anyways, so I mean, I don't really have much else to say. I hope that LG doesn't leave the TV industry. That would be the biggest.
I doubt that.
Yeah,
that's a huge doubt.
Yeah. Are they one of the panel manufacturers? That's a big point in this.
They are
make the hardware. Okay, yeah, I thought so.
I think it's usually them and Samsung,
and a few other little companies along the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I still think LG TVs, the super high end ones, are probably still among the best.
Oh yeah, their screens have always been good,
if not the straight up the best. But yeah, it's a shame that they couldn't do much with their phones, whereas Samsung basically blew out the competition for Android.
I mean, they had issues with software, they had issues with boot looping, they had issues with overheating, they had some bumps in the road. And on top of that, none of their phones were ever, for lack of a better term here, sexy.
That's also true, too. Yeah, so one more thing. Yeah, so I don't think I have any more to say about LG. Do y'all?
I feel we've covered it very well.
I just been listening the whole time.
All right. So this story is going to be probably the wackiest story I've ever covered on here. Man arrested for allegedly attempting to assassinate Genshin Impact studio founders. A man has been apprehended after allegedly plotting to assassinate the founders of MiHoYo, the studio behind Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact 3rd. Thoughts?
Did you actually read the reason why?
Well, I'm I'm currently
Yeah,
it's something
yeah.
about a bunny outfit. If I'm
Yeah,
not
more to
mistaken.
you. Help us out if we're along the wrong thought pattern. But my understanding, he was outraged over the potential impacts of an upgrade to the game.
Nope, it was a bunny. It was a bunny. It was a bunny institute.
Well, I thought
Oh,
that
it was
was
over a
something.
bunny. It was over a bunny suits
So
basically.
so
Well, I thought that
basically,
was an upgrade on the game they were working on in
well,
regards
No,
to
it was
whatever.
not.
it's part of it's part of an event that they had going on that wasn't in China because I guess bunnies are censored in China. I don't know how I don't know how
Bunnies
that
aren't
works.
censored in China. It's more like the sex appeal is censored in that area.
Oh, it's a Playboy bunny outfit.
Yeah, something like that. Like like how anime girls are with the bunny suits and stuff.
Yeah, something bunny girl
Yeah, so
senpai.
something similar to that kind of issue.
Bunny girl senpai.
Yeah,
I've actually never seen that anime.
but can we learn whether it's 2020, 2021? We have to remember not to. We got to remember we shouldn't be surprised by much at all anymore.
I mean, that's true, but I've still never seen anyone actually try to like go and assassinate people in the games industry.
You've
think
never
No, I never-
personally
to the
seen
entrance
someone
and got
attempt an
arrested there.
assassination, Jason?
Clarification in the
Just like
gaming industry.
in
He
plain
didn't break
In
contact.
in the gaming industry, I've never seen any like news article in regards to game industry like people, whether they're like PR or like the business people or like the lowly developers and art people. I've never seen anyone in that industry attempt like have an assassination attempt on them.
Hey, look, we believe you that you've never personally seen an assassination attempt. You don't need to put any more effort into that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
I believe you.
yeah, okay, all right, but yeah, that
Speaking of which, did you guys hear about the Ubisoft hoax issue?
No.
no,
You never heard of the Ubisoft thing?
no,
There was a Ubisoft hoax of a guy who held the people hostage. Apparently, that guy was a cheater and won their games. So
do you have a link to this? We can cover it like after all of our planned ones.
yeah, I have a link. I'll give it to you later. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we can cover this after Star's, continued denial of seeing attempted assassinations.
yeah, okay, man. All right. Yeah, but have y'all played Genshin Impact before? I know.
did.
I know.
It's gone off the rails to the point where like I don't want to play it anymore.
No, I already own a copy of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I've played both. Genshin Impact, for what it's worth, is a pretty cool like free to play gacha game. But I mean, once you like explore the
So freaking annoying though.
yeah, I've never pulled a 5-star. Like I pulled a 5-star weapon. That's it.
I put 2 5-stars, maybe 3. I don't remember, but I put at least 3 5-stars.
I mean, I'm gonna air out my saltiness, and I'm gonna be honest. That's part of the reason why I stopped playing Genshin Impact, because I didn't get any 5-star characters. What's the point of living?
No, mine was more of the control issue, and I was trying to get a controller, but I've stopped playing it because like now that I lost completely interest in the story.
You know, you can hook up a controller to your PC and play it that way, right?
I don't play it on PC though. My PC will burn and crash every time I play it.
Oh, you got that phone controller? Hey, yo, you're supposed to do a review on that. What happened to that?
I cannot find my controller for some reason.
Oh god. Alright, whatever, man. Let's y'all have anything to say about Genshin or this assassination attempt?
Yeah,
Breath of the
don't play-
Wild
don't-
is a really
don't-
great
don't-
game.
Don't trust your money's life on it.
Yeah, buy Breath of the Wild. It's really good. It's still $60 though, because you're not Nintendo.
Yeah, well,
Y'all gonna play the Breath of the Wild sequel?
yeah, I think I will.
What do you think they're gonna call it? Do you think they're gonna call it Breath of the Wild 2?
I mean, I don't think they're necessarily going to call it that. They have made direct sequels before. There was Phantom Hourglass and Majora's Mask are both technically sequels.
Yes, I remember.
Who knows? I've never paid attention to Legends of Zelda anyway.
Dude, Legend of Zelda's awesome. I've played every Zelda game, and
I played a couple of them,
Right.
but after that, I'm like, I'll probably
Since we're on
play
the
it
top,
once in a while.
I
since
think
we're on the topic of gacha games, I would like to put in a plug for one of my favorite RPGs, Monster Rancher. If you somehow can emulate it, I highly recommend giving it a chance. But that's definitely a gacha game that you can enjoy.
yeah, you know what they're gonna do though? They're gonna bring it back, but on your mobile devices, and you're gonna have to pay to roll.
Oh,
That would be
what
out.
was that game? It was
Free-to-play
like the
issues.
dungeon creator game. What's the name of it that they did that to?
Dungeon Defenders, I think. I don't. It's like an old.
One of
It's like
those.
it's like an old EA game.
Yeah, that's the one, and they just ruined it on the mobile version.
Yeah, I think so. I think we covered it actually, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay, now to the next topic before we go out of control.
Yeah, let's talk about the Google and Roku dispute, and I believe you're the one that brought this up, right, Kay?
Yes, I brought that up because I actually use Roku. I have a TCL television, so it has a built-in Roku Ultra, and so it's kind of interesting to follow. I mean, I don't use a lot of Google products, just getting out of the way, so it's not directly impacting me, but it looks like Google's having another spat with their with other companies, as they tend to do. And at this point, it looks like you can no longer access YouTube TV on Google or through Google because on Roku devices because they've effectively cut it off for anyone who doesn't already have it. From what I understand, Google was asking for additional customer data about Roku users that they weren't asking from anyone else. So Roku's complaint seems to be that Google is asking for more from them than anyone else, and Google's response is suck it up and deal with it because we're Google.
I mean, to be fair, they are Google. It would be a massive blow if not only you couldn't use YouTube TV if you're into that, but also like not use regular YouTube. Like, could you imagine?
Oh yeah, sure. But on the other hand, have you met anyone who has ever used YouTube TV? I haven't.
Yeah, same.
Well, you got to realize too, YouTube TV has been a letdown. That's why a lot of the key franchises that were centered around it have been sold out to other platforms such as Netflix and others. Especially Cobra Kai was one of the more notable examples.
I think you're thinking of YouTube Red,
which is
Yes,
more.
thank you.
It's similar vein, more or less. But
because if I'm not,
Google has go on. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
so isn't YouTube TV like the full TV service? Like, you get Fox, you get CBS.
Yes, that's
channel
YouTube
streaming.
TV.
Yes,
That's YouTube
channel
TV.
streaming.
Yeah, isn't that basically what it is? It's not like the
It's
original
not
series
YouTube
stuff.
Premium. Premium is the one with no ads and like some other things and like
I
yeah.
think it would be more compelling if they just bundled them all into one like little price. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
$199.
I'm not paying 100 something for YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. How many of you guys have watched live television in the last month?
I just watch news half the time.
I don't even watch Twitch streamers, much less live television. So no,
I've watched Last TV within the last month.
I haven't seen it in like years. Even like when we were like going to college, like okay, you know what? Now there's live TVs playing in like the college like areas, but still, like I would never watch it on my own time.
But go ahead, Kay. You clearly were going somewhere with your question.
I guess what I'm saying is YouTube TV being lost is like they can lose because it doesn't seem to have much of a significant market share to me. I mean, there's very little data, and it falls under kind of the umbrella of things that Google has adopted, but I wouldn't expect to exist in 2 years, like Stadia.
Stadia is still pretty big, although they deleted all the developers.
Dude, if you don't have any first-party developers, how are you gonna make it anywhere? Look at Microsoft. they like bought up like 20 different first-party devs because they realized this, that like Halo and Forza and Gears couldn't just carry the Xbox One.
Have you ever heard of the Microsoft Triple X strategy?
Wait, what?
Okay. Or Triple E, I guess. I forgot the terminology. But back in the day, back when I'm getting my corporate monopolies here mixed up. Back when Microsoft was getting sued for their control of the market share, more or less, there was a significant number of lawsuits, and one of them actually dove into Microsoft had this strategy back then called, to get into it, it was embrace, expand, extinguish. The idea was they would embrace a new technology or something that was popular, take over as much of it as possible, and then use their control over it to kill it off if it was competition.
Wasn't there a Simpsons episode of that?
Apple does
sure
it.
There was.
Yeah, Apple does it right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Apple does that.
Yeah, Apple did.
It's very
Apple did.
popular.
Yeah, Apple did it in Beats. Remember?
Oh
Actually-
yeah, I mean, Facebook does it to competitors. Apple does it. Microsoft really coined the term back in I think this was back in the 90s, really.
And let's not forget Amazon as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
And even Walmart too, because as Walmart is the second biggest e-commerce retailer, they've bought out competition as well as they continue to expand.
Yeah, man. You know, Walmart's. I don't go on Walmart. I mean, Amazon too. Also, Amazon's probably becoming a bigger problem than any of the current tech giants currently, because they have their hands in basically every cookie jar. They're fine. Oh. You guys still there?
yeah, I'm here.
Still here.
Yeah, we're all here.
Yeah, so Amazon, I feel, is becoming probably the biggest problem out of all of these guys, and it's super convenient. They're super convenient, but yeah, they take so much data on your stuff too, like everyone else.
I don't, as someone who doesn't use it enough to really give them valuable data, I always get a big kick out of their recommendations for me because they're completely off the wall.
Oh God, what do they recommend for you?
Shoot, let me give me a minute. I'll pull some up. Okay, you know those mice with the rather, shall we say, significant wrist support? Apparently there's one of those that's just a standard black mouse pad that looks like that. That's on my recommendations.
So it's a mouse with boba.
It has 2 significant points of wrist support. It looks like a normal mouse, except I know there's versions of this with other designs. I think also they're recommending random automotive parts for cars I don't even own right now.
Oh my God, man.
Okay, let's move on before I get totally confused.
Dude, Amazon's gonna recommend all this shit to us now.
You're welcome.
Random.
What's the next topic?
Well, we didn't have a next topic, but I was browsing on Twitter and I found you know that famous Smash player, Senpai, who groomed a 12-year-old or some shit like that?
Yeah,
No.
I remember him.
So they put out she put out an official statement. If y'all want to hear me read it.
Just give us the summary.
See, yada yada yada. They said that they were the immature, irresponsible 23-year-old in 2016. Wow, they're 27 now. They're close to our age.
Okay.
See. They're talking about drowning their trauma and alcoholism addiction. Psychology. They're seeing a psychologist. They're not addressing their accusations at hand.
That's a private matter for them. So
Well, I mean, it was a private matter until that one guy literally like put out a twit longer like a couple of months ago.
I mean, if you play competitive Smash, you should probably see one anyways.
Don't we know a few people that did
I
did
know.
competitive?
I don't actually mean that, and I know at least a dozen people who play it.
Yeah, I would hope that they aren't. Oh my
None of
god.
them are grooming underage people, to my knowledge.
Oh my god. This
Well,
whole yeah.
And keep in mind that disclaimer, we're not necessarily passing judgment on the particular person. We're speaking to the conditions. With that being said, this is very cultish in terms of this idea of an overbearing adult grooming people. Not the best choice of words.
Well, I don't quite follow.
What I'm saying, that how does this word, I mean, how does that phrase sound in terms of this adult is grooming these particular underage person? I will use a bad term. I could see training or something along those lines, but the word grooming in context doesn't sound good when you look at what the allegations are.
Well, I mean that's because
Well,
it's
grooming. That's the intent.
that's the
Grooming
intent.
is never meant. Grooming is generally not used in a good context ever, to my understanding. Unless you're talking about like grooming dogs.
Or like you're the groom in a wedding.
That's another good point.
But that's the whole point because they stand trial of grooming a minor in the sexual way. And they were 23 when this whole thing happened, whereas the minor was like 12.
And just when people may have thought that the whole Me Too gaming issues were being resolved, not still a concern.
I mean, well, this happened. Well, the whole thing was put out there like almost a year ago. Same with like the whole week of exposing people in the FGC as well. Did you see that too?
I don't play fighting games.
I vaguely came across it.
Yes.
I don't remember.
So basically, what happened was that for a whole week straight, Smash players were getting canceled, like Nairo and Zero. I don't know who they are.
Oh, I remember this.
See, they were canceled because they like talked to minors in like an extremely inappropriate way or some shit like that. There's also the guy that runs Evo, Mr. Wizard.
Yeah, I remember. Now
He was outed for like talking to like 12-year-olds and like offering them tickets in exchange for pictures.
Yeah.
And Mike Z, the guy who created Skullgirls, was outed not for pedophilia though. He was outed for like sexually harassing like some of the members of the studio, in which literally everyone except for him left that studio.
That was the year of all cancel cultures. I was like, oh my god, I was so scared for like half the people I knew.
I don't necessarily agree with cancel culture personally. I mean, I can see the use for it, but I mean, just legal.
Here's my thing. In regards to the concept of cancel culture, you have to be careful because you talk about going after all these individuals, but unless you attack the conditions that you're so vehemently against, I mean, you'll just be counseling people time and time and time again. Till you fix the conditions, you're still going to deal with the symptoms and the issues that you say you're so opposed to.
Elroy is exactly right, and I agree with him completely. And I'm going to expand on that further and say we should make fighting games illegal, and we'll solve all these issues. Okay, jokes aside, I know what you meant, and I agree with you completely, Elroy.
Yeah, I think there was some League people that got canceled last year as well, but I don't follow League of Legends.
Half them were Dota casters.
Dota cast. Oh, so this wasn't League. This was Dota.
Yeah, this was Dota. I don't remember any League issues.
That they're part of the same community. You know,
they are not.
MOBAs.
MOBAs.
I mean, like the same way all the different fighting games are banned under the same community, the FGC. Why would?
Listen. Dota is more toxic than League. League they could spat and shit, but they
Yeah,
they would
but
be fine.
we can get into that for hours. I think it's better to kind of move
Well,
on from that.
not so that we don't spend too much time on this particular topic, but this whole idea of gaming issues really creates a topic or even possibly a show for itself, because this is something that we've been dealing with, especially since the early 90s. If you remember the whole Mortal Kombat controversy, which I'll get into on another episode.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat basically is responsible for the birth of the is basically responsible for the birth. I'm recording something.
Rating system.
Yeah, the rating system, the ESRB.
But yeah, but like I said, I know we can spend so much time on that. We'll save that for another show, another time, but definitely be worth a discussion.
I'd be down to discuss it, honestly.
Okay. Since we don't have an extra topic, I want to share my topic.
Go for it.
All right. The Demon Slayer movie was leaked. Well, I watched the Demon Slayer movie in the theaters, but it apparently got leaked Tuesday on the PSN network, and so now it's like everywhere. Now it's everywhere online, and people could just download it. So I want to know like how much could leaks how much money could be lost in that time span.
Quite a bit, honestly. I don't know the economics of piracy, but I mean, they're guaranteed to lose money already just because it exists. Because I mean, let's be real, some people just aren't gonna watch it until the pirated versions come out, right?
This was on the PlayStation Network, which was like $13.99, and people were already buying it.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how it is. There's nothing more they can do about it. Movies are pirated for a reason.
Yeah, but anyway, it's still like the biggest money. It's still the biggest overall, has the biggest box office success in like the entire world.
I think it is the number one anime film by box office at this point.
Yeah, I think that was last held by Spirited Away, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Yes.
You know, Spirited Away.
It's like the number one.
I'm sorry, I have to pretend not to know these figures.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spirited Away is a really good movie, but it's not my favorite Miyazaki movie.
I think mine is obvious if you can see my icon.
Yes, Porco Rosso.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think the Demon Slayer movie is actually my new favorite movie now. Of all the movies I've watched. All the anime movies I've watched.
Oh. I think Princess Mononoke is still my favorite anime movie.
Like, it's... How do I say this?
Good choice.
The animation looks crisp. I'll say that.
This is a popular opinion, but for me, favorite anime movie, nothing tops Akira for me.
Okay, maybe
That's a good one. Yeah,
Akira's
Yeah.
a classic.
Style on that one is very unique.
I'm not gonna touch it.
It's usually between Ghost in the Shell and Princess Mononoke for me.
I think
Both
like
good
I said, I
choices.
watched Demon Slayer. It's a crisp anime movie that you should definitely watch.
All right, say no more. I'll watch it when I finish Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
I've actually never finished Demon Slayer. I've watched like a couple of episodes. That's it.
What about you two? What about you other two?
I haven't even started Demon Slayer at all.
I heard the manga sucks because towards the end.
It's a letdown. I'll say that, but it doesn't suck.
But I will let the audience know, in regards to any anime discussion we have on a future episode, I am going to at some point delve into the new Shaman King series that released.
I'm watching that.
Wait, is that out now?
Yeah, that's out now. I've
Yes.
watched a little
Oh,
bit.
dude. You guys didn't tell me, dude. I love Shaman King.
I literally just found out from another friend this week.
Oh god.
Okay.
All right, you know what? No, I might have to watch it later.
Yeah, you're gonna have
But-
to watch it.
So
There's only
for
5
our
episodes in that
anime
series.
offshoot, that'll be a discussion for another time.
Yeah, we can discuss it when we've all watched it. I know sometimes I'm kind of iffy with my anime watching.
Okay, let's just say we'll watch it after the season's over. Let's just do that.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, Star tends to watch the rather special category of anime all the time.
Whoa now. When did I ever say that?
You're not denying it.
You got me there. You got me there. But yeah, most of anime I watch nowadays isn't even like full anime episodes of anything. It's just clips on YouTube. Except for Jujutsu Kaisen, I watched that entire thing like very recently. It's really
There's
good.
a movie coming out. It might be the next big anime movie. So
Yeah. So like for anime recommendations, definitely watch Jujutsu Kaisen.
I'll watch it. I just haven't had time to watch it in the past couple of years.
It's super good. The animation is so good. I feel it's like better than Demon Slayer's like regular animation.
Who knows? Who knows? It was anime of the year. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was animated by Mappa or
Yeah, Mappa is also a good studio. So I'm not. There's no complaints
Okay.
there.
yeah.
Just to interrupt you for a second here, what's your favorite anime of this season?
Just Jujutsu Kaisen as this season.
No, that was
Then
last season.
I haven't watched any anime this season. Well, actually, I've watched clips of Nagatoro.
Well, yeah. Well, I wasn't specifically asking you in this one, Star. I mean, I've seen some of that too. I've actually watched it. But moving on, I was actually asking the other member of our cast here of his
me?
favorite of the season.
Me?
Yes.
There's a lot of good animes out there, but I would say my favorite so far has been Iruma-kun.
All right, I hate to interrupt this, but it seems like the podcast has to come to an end pretty soon, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTubes, our Twitters, our Twitch, our Instagrams. Like and subscribe, and please share with your friends. And we're also now on Spotify as well. I don't know if y'all know this or not. Yeah, that's right. We're starting to publish this on Spotify, and I'm still in the process of uploading all of the prior episodes on Spotify. But soon there should be episode parody, you know? Any closing thoughts?
No, I think we covered most of the topics that we needed to cover.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the next podcast. We appreciate those in the listening audience, and just stay tuned for our next edition.
One of
Look
these
at
days
you,
we're gonna
all
just look at chat.
professional.
Yeah.
We're just gonna look at chat and just answer all those questions.
Yeah, I'm looking at chat right now and no one's asked anything, sadly.
That's sad.
Don't worry, we'll get there one day.
Yeah,
Alright.
once we grow more, we'll be.
And
asking
for
them.
those who view
Yeah,
on
got some.
YouTube, in the
Alright.
comment section, by all means, list possible topics in the tech world you might want us to explore. You never know what might be discussed next.
I don't know if y'all know this or not, but we got a massive influx of members the other day.
I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw some people recommending things for our podcast. So I'm probably kind of happy.
Yep.
Yeah, so we should definitely interact with the fans more. I think a lot of the reason why we don't have much staying power is because no one really talks on the server.
Okay.
I don't know. We got the one guy. He talks pretty often.
Yeah, that guy. Anyways, yeah, we'll
You know who you are.
yeah, you know who you are. Anyways, I'll see you guys later, and we should do this more often. We'll figure out a more consistent schedule once things are under control.
Yeah.
All right, see you guys later.
Good night.